Hi, and welcome to Divine Muse Messages. This is a tarot reading for the sign of Sagittarius. That's your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. If you are a cross watcher, you may stay as you may find use from these messages because roles could always be in reverse. If you do resonate with these messages, please help like, subscribe, and share my channel so that I could reach others that may need to hear these messages as well. So March Sagittarius, is going to be a very chaotic month for all of us, not just your sign, but your sign and the other fire signs are going to have the most influence from this month's planetary transitions, and they could result in some type of negative situation or problem occurring or appearing in your life. So we're going to find out exactly kind of more or less what that could consist of. With the Egyptian Gypsies Tarot deck, I've laid out one card for you that's going to outline the things that you need to be kind of aware of. Also, then we're going to read into the other cards that I've laid for you just to give you some guidance, and then I will finish it off with an oracle card message for you. So Sagittarius, this month is going to require you to find your courage, find your ability to be temperance. Since you are the temperance card, this is going to be the month where you're going to need to rely on that temperance ability. So pull from that energy as best as you can. Don't let anybody kind of take you out of character. They will be trying, and remain in control of your anger. Okay. So the first card, or I'm sorry, not the first card, but the card that I got for you for the possible negative effect or influence that may try to present itself to you is the usefulness card from the Egyptian Gypsies Tarot. And so what that means that there is a very active man who will attach himself to you, and he will make himself useful. This card predicts that you may be robbed, but this card will also procure for you a watchful friend through whose efforts you may get back what was stolen from you. So what you need to be aware of is anybody that is appearing as though they are your friend, because there will be somebody that is disguising themselves as a friend that is really truly an enemy of yours, and they will be seeking to steal or take that which you have. So be careful and be aware of that. And I would rely heavily on any friends that I know that I have that can help me to better understand or see those characteristics if any new people come around. If somebody just comes around all of a sudden presenting themselves as some great person that wants to help you so much more than you would normally think, like, yeah, we like to help people, but there's some people that will come and it can be a little bit sketchy when they want to help you more than what even you would want to help yourself doing the situation. So that's kind of how they can mask themselves as somebody that's overly exerting themselves to help you. Also, pay attention to anybody that wants to come around you that may be studying your home, your vehicle, or other amenities that you may own. Okay? And just be watchful and be mindful that there also is going to be a man or a person. There's no sex necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean man, but there's going to be a person that's going to come to you that's going to attach themselves to you in a positive way, that are going to be trying to help protect you. I don't know necessarily what that exactly will consist of, but just be careful. Okay. And so because of that warning, we're going to kind of get a little bit more information for you to find out exactly which two signs or which sign do you need to be aware of, and which sign is going to come into play to help you. So the sign that I have that's going to be coming around, that's going to be trying to assist you, is going to be Cancer. And you can draw the energy from Cancer and the Moon, which is interesting because Cancer is actually ruled by the Moon. So those are the two cards that came out for your protection. The Moon and Cancer. And the two cards that you need to be wary or aware of that may not have your best interests at play, and they actually came out in reversed, well, Aquarius and Gemini. So anybody that's coming around that may be Aquarius or Gemini, or anybody that's embodying those two archetype characteristics, may be the red flags, or maybe the clues that you're needing to be aware of. So just kind of look more into the characteristics of a Gemini and Aquarius, maybe. Just be careful. If you have anybody that's a Cancer in your circle and they're protecting you, you may need to lean on them a little bit more this month than usual. Draw energy from the moon, as tonight is the full moon, so tonight's a good night to go out and sit in the moonlight and, just meditate for a moment and ask the universe to shield you, place a circle of protection around you. And this is not to scare you at all. This is just to kind of give you a heads up on the type of energies that are surrounding you, are coming to you with negative intentions. So it's more to help you. So what the overall message or lesson that's going to be learned or maybe learned or not learned, but that you could possibly learn from this situation is the Death card. So it's going to require you to transform something very deep within you. And what I believe that may be for you is your trusting, your ability to discern who has your best interest at heart and who does not. So that's going to be the goal and the lesson for you. The energy that's going to be carrying itself on you is going to be the Ten of Swords. So you're going to start to feel as though you are carrying way too much weight. It's an overburden, and it may leave you feeling exhausted a little bit this month, Sagittarius. But just know that this too shall pass. It's just a time frame, where you just happen to be the lucky one that got chosen to bear this lesson or to have to go through this experience. What I do recommend, though, is just taking an extra moment every day to speak out into the universe some type of protection prayer, mantra, or meditation, and just don't be too trusting this month. If you're normally a very trusting individual, this is the month when you need to kind of pull back from that. Discernment is very necessary, and like I said, don't forget the moon and the sign of Cancer are going to be there for you to pull from that energy. So it's kind of like a message of needing to soften your heart a little bit and tap into your emotions with the full moon so that you can deal with those issues where maybe you've internalized a lot of things, and so now they're coming out as negative influences that are trying to come back to you because you kind of created that energy when you internalize things that were bothering you. And as we know, anything that we create will come out and present itself into the manifested universe. And so that, okay, Sagittarius, so what I'm going to end this message with is going to be 3 Archangel Oracle card messages, just to give you a little bit of protection, assurance, and so that you can call on them for protection when you feel like you really need it. And this is going to be a time when I think that it's probably a good time to go ahead and just ask for that protection while you're going through this transition. And don't be too prideful to ask for shielding and for protection. There's a time when we all have to be vulnerable, and this is going to be your time, and just ride it out. It will pass. It will pass. So let's see. And moon cycles. Archangel Haniel says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. That's interesting since this is a full moon, and it's a good time to release fears and call on your spiritual protection. Archangel Michael wants you to know, though, you are safe. He is protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. So that's awesome. He definitely shows up when he is needed, and this is a time when he is definitely needed. Those are the exact negative energies that presented themselves there, was somebody trying to rob you or do something to take something from you. So rest assured, call on Archangel Michael and he will shield you. Victory. Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered, so have faith. So be assured that just because this time is a difficult time and there's negative influences that are trying to come around, doesn't mean that you have to open the door and welcome them in, and does not mean you have to hide and be in fear. This is a time for you to find the courage in yourself. Walk with your head high, but do not be ignorant to the fact that there are people that don't always have the best intentions for you, and they sometimes can appear as though they're your friends. So I hope this helps, Sagittarius, and I thank you so much for tuning in, and this will pass. So I wish you nothing but the best, and call on Archangel Michael because he will protect you.